All right, Shalom. First, I want to say, call Haloyim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Honors and salutations to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. A hearty shalom to you other laborers and you believers that are scattered throughout the face of the earth, even if you among the heathen and look like the heathen who are speckled bird Israelites. To the household of faith, which is the elect, I want to say shalom to you. And Amalek is stealing homes from Jake, okay? In this case, Judah. All right, so I'm entitled it Amalek stealing homes of Judah, because that's exactly what it is. Excuse me. As you can see from the title of this video, that was produced by the Jimmy Dore Show. It says Israelis. Let me click on it real quick. Israelis now stealing homes from Black Americans in New York City, and the true identity of the so-called blacks here in America and wherever they're scattered to is that they're the tribe of Judah. Okay, Slock it. Bear with me 1 second. Let me mute my phone. Thought I muted it. But they're the tribe of Judah. Even the phone had to chime on that one. But anyways, man, they stole the identity of Judah, and now they're trying to take the little that Judah have, which, we don't own nothing as a nation as it is, but in particular, the tribe of Judah being the head tribe, they stole the identity of Judah and the rest of us, because calling themselves by that J word or even calling themselves Israelis, that's made up, okay? All right, the Lord created the 12 tribes of Israel, which are known as the Israelites in the Bible, and that's the truth of the matter, whether you like it or not. And the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American people, we make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, by the house of our fathers. All right, and then you look at, the curses that are upon our people. The heavy concentration of the curses are upon the tribe of Judah in particular, so-called black in America. Okay, so-called blacks in America. That's the head tribe, man. So let's jump into this video. I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. Fair use under the 1976 Section 107 Fair Use Act. My videos are not monetized. I don't get any compensation off these videos. Only for literary commentary and educational purposes. So with that, fair use. Let's dive right into it.
Well, someone's gonna steal your house. I wonder where terrorism comes from.
So that's what they do. That's just the regular MO. Can you imagine that? Somebody coming and stealing your house and trying to... Anyway, so breaking. Jews in Manhattan are stealing homes of black people through deed theft. This is real.
Oh. Well, who? The Kabod people? Or who is it? Is it like a Lakewood, New Jersey community of hayseeds?
So let's watch.
Deed theft, where homeowners are essentially tricked out of their properties, has been a pervasive problem for a few years now. And now this group is rallying outside the governor's office, demanding that she do something about it.
My father and I worked really hard. We scraped and we saved and we purchased our home legally and legitimately.
Rachel Cyprian was shaking mad as she spoke with us outside the governor's office about the devastating impact of her 15-year fight to reclaim ownership of her Brooklyn home following deed theft.
It leads to homelessness. It leads to depression. It leads to all sorts of failures. Here we are, black people, in this country now for over 400 years, and we're constantly starting from square one.
Deed theft is when a property's title is transferred away from the rightful owner, generally due to deceptive or predatory tactics. Frequently, the targets are seniors and communities of color. What do we
So,
want?
I mean, they deliberately, target you tribes, in particular the tribe of Judah. So-called blacks or so-called Negro, so-called African American, all these bullshit names they put up on you. But truly you are the tribe of Judah or Yahweh in our language. And they know it. Better believe they fucking know it, you know? This is why they're doing the things they're doing to you. Okay? Excuse me. The book of, what's it, Exodus? The 17th chapter, I believe, speaks about how the Lord was going to, matter of fact, I'll get it, man, you know? These devils, man. And if you was to do, imagine if somebody do that to them. Or you're anti-Sim, you're showing hatred towards the JOOOs. You know, they try to publicly shame you, put all kind of evil upon your name, but these fucking people can do whatever they want to do. And nothing is said. No one bats an eye. And they're doing it through legal means. Exodus 17 and verse 16, for he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation, and it's still continuing on to this day. Excuse me. It's going on to this very day. These people, I mean, they have the whole world under their rule that was given them by the Heavenly Father. And what they've done, none but wickedness. Totally raping and robbing and murdering the people, especially us Israelites, beginning with the tribe of Judah, of what? Our true identity as a people. They want to be the Israelites. They want to be the tribe of Judah. That's why they call themselves the J-ish people. Why not just be who the fuck the Lord made you to be? The Amalekite. You know? Of what? The house of Esau, Edom. And that's why they have a problem with us. Okay? Here it is. You've been given power, or the earth has been given to the hand of your people, which you are the wicked, and what you're doing. All right, what you have done to the whole inhabited earth, except for what? Bring death and destruction and oppression. You know. That's why you're up in the fucking county buildings, forging fucking falsified legal documents to steal someone's home. And you heard them. They target communities of color. John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. And we're watching the thief, you know, fucking tiny top. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this dude. Like a fucking thief. Look at this dude, man. Excuse me. These are people that are always the villains, but when you catch them, now they're the victims. Like the the elder Yashwamba said, they got this victim villainhood syndrome. They're the victims and the villains. Like I said, they're the villains until you catch them, then they're the victims. Oh, this is hatred against us and my people. No, man, you fucking doing evil things to people, man. Wicked things. Let's get something else. You're not supposed to fucking do that, man. They're deliberately targeting Jake. And nothing's being done about it. Because why? They own your fucking law or lawmakers. Lock, stock, and barrel, man. When the Rothschilds said what? Give me a nation's money and I care not who make the laws. Why do you think they said that for? Because he who controls the money controls the lawmakers. I was watching the video talking about how the different presidents in this particular video I'm watching, talking about Trump, how he first ran for president, how these Amalekites was pouring money into him, hundreds of millions of dollars. Both terms. The first time he ran, and this time he's in office too. And they were all from they was all APEC lobbyists, man. You know? And they funded it through what? The fund or foundation scheme. See? Job 13:4 says, but ye are forgers of lies. You're all physicians of no value, right? And you look at what they're doing. They're forging lies to steal the homes from the true people of Judah, of the 12 tribes of Israel, which is the so-called Negro, the so-called blacks here in America, and wherever they're scattered to. You know? Because why? The law gonna back them up at the end of the day. Shit, they created the fucking law of America. Who you think owns America? Is it not the fucking Amalekites? When you look at the Vanguard and BlackRock and all these different organizations that own these different corporations that are within the large corporation of America, they're all owned by these tiny tots, man. It's not a coincidence. It's not a it's not a coinky dink, as people say. It ain't just happened. No, it happened. Because why? Let's get this book of Wisdom of Solomon 2. This is coming out more and more, lately. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 10, it says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. And you hear the lady, the older Judite woman say what? Her and her father labored to buy that home, and it was stolen from them. They're fighting. She's fighting to get the home her and her father purchased back. Ain't that a bitch? Where's the fucking mayor? Where's the governor? Excuse me. Where's the judicial system to act on this woman's behalf? Amalek created these fucking laws. Amalek created or established America. This is why we tell you, tribes, man. Well, we tell you what the scriptures say, Micah 2:10, to arise in the part, for this is not our rest, man. Verse 11, it says, let our strength be the law of justice. See, and they use the judicial system to their advantage because it truly backs them up and not us. You Jakes be out here marching, I got rights, and then they beat you on top of the head and shoot your ass, and your ass march, you go home, eat chicken and watermelon and cognac, and get you a little whole ass shirt made, R.I.P., and then you back to oppression, being a goddamn slave, and that's all you can. That's all you can do, because you don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what Jake do, man. All the tribes from Judah on down. He march in the streets to no avail. Years later, they'll get 1.2 something, 3 million. Then you got to factor in, they got to pay taxes on that shit. Oh, the lawyer get his little 25% fee, 30% fee. So you got probably, out of 3 million, you probably got fucking, 800,000 to split up between you and your family. No Jake don't know how to save money or spend money and shit. They just blow it. So to what avail? Verse 12, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous. Right, and they lie in wait. Psalms 10. Right, I was pondering, the book of Psalms, the 10th chapter, right? Psalms 10 and verse 8, it says, He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. And you heard the Jimmy Dore, the host, say they deliberately target. Let me play it back.
Here we are, black people, in this country now for over 400 years, and we're constantly starting from square one.
Deed theft is when a property's title is transferred away from the rightful owner, generally due to deceptive or predatory tactics. Frequently, the targets are seniors and communities of color. What do we want?
So you see, frequently the victims are who? Old folks and people of color. And them old folks more than likely are people of color too. They just don't want to say it. Excuse me. But it's just the truth, man. Okay? Verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. See? Why the fuck you... Where Jake at? You know? You can't have nothing, man. Can't you see that, Jake? But yet you want to stay here in America. You want to try to create a future here where there's no future here, man. Only oppression and being a goddamn slave, man. Can't you see that? You know? But of course, man, you know, when you tell Jake that, they come against you. You know? These devils will not stop until the Lord take them out the way. They're doing the same thing over in Palestine. So these devils is going around the earth just stealing shit still, man. Now they're just openly doing it. If you say something about it, then you're anti-Sam, you're hatred. You have J hatred. Let me get that, man. Fucking amazing, man. You know? This is Sirach 13:3. It says, the rich man had done wrong, and yet he threatened it withal. Right. Excuse me. These devils, you call them out, they get to threatening and you know, doing all kind of, you know, things to demonize you for confronting them for their wrongdoing. And then people will back up the rich man. You know? It says the poor is wrong and he must entreat also. Here it is, you got to explain, you know what I mean? Your situation, when the whole world know your situation, they see what this, you know, what is being done to you. But yet you got to fucking, you know, take the low when you're being done wrong. You're being robbed. You know? And this show you that they're not the people of the Lord, because why? How the hell are you going to covet another man's home? Let's go to the law. Because the law speaks about that. They claim to live by the Torah, as they say, which is the Torah in the Hebrew, the actual Hebrew. But the scriptures speak about coveting another man's, you know, coveting another man's home. Excuse me. Is that Exodus? Yeah. Exodus 20:17, it says, and this is in the law, man. They claim to live by the law of Moses. Exodus 20:17, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. This is what the Lord told the Israelites. You claim to be the Israelites, right? Don't they claim to be the Israelites? So somebody's not telling the truth. Because the Lord appointed the law in Jacob for Jacob to follow it. And if Jacob didn't follow it, there was a set of curses, as consequences for being disobedient and not keeping the law. One of the curses will be what? That the people will go into slavery by ships. That cuts them. That's one of the main curses that cuts them. But anyways, because it's prophetic. It was told before and it actually happened. Okay? That's what prophecy is. All right? A prophet tells what the Lord tells what's going to happen or what he's getting ready to do before he do it through his servants, the prophets, man. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. But they don't live by the law of the Heavenly Father. And if they did, they would have Pink City Tel Aviv, man, where people can flaunt being, engaging in same-sex activities. Men with men, women with women, pedo, bestiality, all kinds of shit. All kind of abominations going on in the land. And Tel Aviv. And you wonder why Tel Aviv is being destroyed. The Lord is raining fire by way of the Iranians on Tel Aviv. Excuse me. That's what's going on. But the point of this video is that what? These people are fucking stealing, man. From people that don't have anything to begin with. They own America, man. And the little pot you have to piss in, they want that pot too. But what this proves is that you don't own nothing, Jake. You don't own shit in this world. Okay? Truly, you don't own anything, man. This is why the Lord have to come back and restore all things and make these devils restore what they have stolen from us as a people. And ultimately, this is what's going to happen when the Lord puts them down in slavery under us. Okay, this is the book of Job 20. And 10. It says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods, man. All right. And you read the NLT, it says their children will beg from the poor, for they must give back their stolen riches, right? Because everything they got, really, they stole from us, from Judah on down. Everything they got, they've stolen. Your land is what? Mount Seir. And that belonged originally to the Horites. See? So, yeah, man, the Lord's going to make you cough up everything you stolen, man. I can't wait, man. So, hey, man, dear Lord, when you've been edified, all praise and glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Again, shalom to the Lord's elect, and I'll see you next time. With that, shalom.